Hi everyone, welcome back to Reading Reddit. My last video did pretty well actually. I can't help but think that maybe it's the camera angle. I don't know, but unless you click on it you don't know the camera. Maybe it was a thumbnail. Oh no, but it did pretty well, so I'll take it. Maybe I titled it really well. I don't know, I'll take it. As per, we have a disclaimer of the fact that I am dyslexic, so reading is not my forte, but we do. So if I struggle reading, that is why. Excuse me. So without further ado, we're gonna read the Entitled People subreddit again. Mainly because none of y'all left me a comment about what subreddit you wanted me to read from. I feel like everyone reads the Am I an Asshole subreddit, so I'm not gonna read from that all the time. I did try and find a one with Karen stories, but they just seem to all be videos, and I can't do that on here. So we're gonna do Entitled. I do have 3 stories, the small ones, but I'm sure we can buff out with chit chat. So without further ado, let's get into our stories today. Make sure I'm in frame because I feel like I'm completely out of frame. Okay, so first story. Co-worker told HR I was being exclusive for not inviting her to my wedding. I already kind of want to slap this person because the audacity to think you're invited to my wedding. The audacity. Anywho, I feel like I need to point me up just a little. That better? I think that's better. Okay. This was honestly one of the weirdest work things I've ever dealt with. There's a woman in my office I'm friendly with, but not close to. We've had small talk here and there, nothing deep. No lunches together, no real outside of work connection. She found out I was getting married and asked when the wedding was. She was straight up asked if she was invited. Inviting herself. I kind of laughed and said, "Oh no, it's very small, just close friends and family." I didn't think anything of it. She got quiet and a little cold after that, but I figured, okay, maybe awkward moment, whatever. Fast forward a few days later, I get a meeting invite from HR. I've already read the title, I know where this is going. Somewhat, but turns out she filed a complaint saying I was being exclusive and creating a hostile environment by leaving people out. Because I didn't invite her to my wedding that I'm paying for that isn't even work related. So I had to sit in this HR meeting and explain that I'm not required to invite co-workers I barely know to my literal wedding. That is a personal event that is nothing to do with work or who's in the office. HR honestly looked just confused as I was. They basically said, "Yeah, okay, thanks," and closed the case. But now she acts super passive-aggressive towards me, like side eyes, little digs when I walk by, still bringing it up though in those weird sarcastic comments like, "Some people are inclusive these days." I can't believe she actually thought HR could make me invite her. Some people actually do think they're the main character. I was about to say that, I'm not gonna lie, I was about to say she thinks she's main character. Okay, this main character thing. You are the main character of your own life. It's your life. You run it. You are the main character of your life and what you do in your life. But when it comes to someone else's life, you're not main character. They are. You're main character of your life. They're main character of their life. So you don't get to invite yourself to a wedding of someone you occasionally have passing conversation with. I'm not gonna lie. I only worked in one place where I thought I was gonna invite work colleagues to my wedding. I'm not married just yet. Because I got really close to a couple of them. Story for another time, but I don't talk to either of them now. And I hope those two enjoy their toxic friendship together now. Anywho, yeah, the fucking entitled, the audacity to think, yeah, HR's gonna let me get invited. Yeah, okay. Not got much to say about that one other than stop, behave yourself. If you were invited, they would have told you. On to the next one. Let me just clear my throat. Not sponsored. If anyone's like, oh, take. No. I'm kidding. Okay, next story. My friend said I owe half my inheritance because her family don't have that. Tough shit. My family don't have inheritance. We don't have shit. What do you mean? Not everyone does. You know what? I don't care. Okay. This is another short one. So my great aunt passed away and left me a decent inheritance. Nothing wild, but enough to pay off my student loans and set aside a little savings. I told my friend. We'll call her Rachel over lunch. So we told Rachel over lunch. It's really weirdly, I told her over lunch. We'll call her Rachel. Or I told my friend. Yeah, well, I told my friend over lunch, brackets, we'll call them. I'm being picky. It's just how my dyslexia works. She got quiet. Then she said, wow, must be nice. I bet you'll have help. I bet you'll have to help out her friends who weren't so lucky growing up. I laughed and said something like, I mean, I'll probably treat my friends to dinner more often. What fucking inheritance did you get? Paid off student loans, still have money in savings, can pay for dinner often. How much did you get? Kids, what the fuck? My partner got inheritance when his mum passed away. Ain't no way he could do that. What? Alright. I mean, I'm not asking for any, but I'm like, just, you know, your curiosity peaks and it's like, well, how much did you get? Student loans are not fucking cheap, my dude. She stared at me and she stared at me and said, dead serious. No, like, actually help. We've known each other forever. I think it'd be fair if you split. No. She did not. I mean, she did. I fucking read it. What? I thought she was joking. She was not. She then brought it up all the times she covered my coffee in college and said, there is just the universe. This is universe evening the score. bitch ain't my fucking friend no more. The audacity. I mean, I know this subreddit is called Entitled People, but I need a subreddit of the audacity. But I think they kind of smush together. The fuck? I could never have a friend like that. I'd be like, you're not my friend no more. No. Needless to say, I didn't share a dime. She blocked me on Instagram and told our mutual friends I ghosted her after I got rich. Excuse me. Sorry, Rachel. The only thing I'm splitting is a check with people who actually support me. That. I'll split a check with you. But you ain't. So, your great aunt had a bit of. She's implying you're rich. Your great aunt had a little bit of something aside, I'm assuming. I also didn't read the comments in the last one. I'm sorry, but I'll read the comments in this one because I've closed the tab now. I want to. So, ain't no friend of mine gonna fucking do that. Not that I have any friends. Okay. Top comment. Share my head. My husband and I were discussing possible taking the kids to Disney World. Not even making plans necessarily by kicking the idea around. My sister-in-law heard about it somehow and called a family meeting and went completely off, saying we can't do that because she didn't have any money to go as well. She wasn't even taking it like she would expect to go with us, just that we flat out couldn't take a vacation because she couldn't afford to take the kids on vacation. She felt it would make her look bad for even being able to keep up with the Jones. She gets mad if a friend or family member has a car that costs more than her house. That costs more than hers, a house, jewellery, anything. It blows my mind. Yeah. There is some very entitled friends and family out there. I'm sorry for your situation too. Are there any more decent comments? Wow, mind blown, all of these wasted years and advanced book learning, and that was never taught. It's rearing children and raising pigs. It's sneaked, not snug, but not this. I don't really get the comment. Bitch, you ain't getting shit. Get out. You're not even family. You're just a friend. You are literally just her friend. You're not anymore, but you're just a friend. The audacity. This one's quite short though, so we're going to try and buff this out so the video's longer. She demanded I let her kid blow out my birthday candles. We don't have, by the looks fix, it's only like 2 itty bitty paragraphs. We don't have an age for either of these people. Any of these people. We'll see. Okay. I'm having a small birthday dinner with friends at a restaurant, and when the cake arrived with lit candles, everyone started singing. Out of nowhere, a mum from a near table. Not even anyone you went out with for your birthday. Sorry, I'll continue reading. Out of nowhere, a mum from a near table walks over with her toddler and says, "Let him blow out the candles. He loves doing that." And I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. Just a random stranger. Oh. I was caught off guard by my friend's stepdad I was caught off guard by my friend stepped in and said, it's her birthday. The mum actually scoffed and said, so? He's just a kid. Don't be rude. I blew out my own candles and she walked away muttering like I ruined her evening. Sorry, but your kid is not entitled to hijack someone else's celebration. What in the... It wasn't even someone who came out for her birthday. It wasn't like a niece or a nephew. It wasn't even someone you knew, which is so much worse than an entitled family member thinking, yeah, the kid can blow out the candles. Although, to be fair, if it was a family member, if it was a niece or a nephew, I'd blow out my candles. I would relight them and let the family member blow out the candles, because I'm like that. I love my niece and my nephews, so I would. However, I'm not nice enough to let some random woman come over and be like, can my child blow out your candles? She didn't even say can, did she? She just demanded. I don't know what. We'll read the comments. Lady, he's just a kid, but you're an adult, so you should know better. So what's your excuse? Exactly. Fucking exactly. Ew, the audacity. Don't be rude. Let a toddler you just met hijack your celebration and spit on your cake is a wild take. Absolutely wild. I mean, OP's not replied to any of these comments so far. Who does that? You have to let my child get their germs all over the cake that you and your friends and family are about to eat. If you don't, you're a monster. OP should have asked if she could spit on their food too. Exactly. Can I spit on your food too? Just out of curiosity, am I allowed to do to your food? Anyway, I think I'm going to try and find another entitled story for your faces, because otherwise it's going to be a slightly shorter video, so bear with me a moment. This is the exact face I'm pulling after reading a title for a story. This story is making my brain cells jump out my ear and fuck up out the window. I'm not gonna what the fuck did I just read? I've not read the story, I've just read the title and I'm like, huh? What? Brain cells out my ear. Out the window into the lovely sunshine. Yeah, I know, lovely sunshine, and here I am recording for you guys. You're welcome. Beautiful weather. Beautiful fucking weather. Anyway, let's confuse you guys. No, I am. Okay, it's a doozy. Entitled neighbour demands I stop using my own Wi-Fi because it's distracting her plants. That one sunk in Fiji. Would you like me to read it again? I'm going to read it again just in case it didn't quite sink in the first fucking time. Entitled neighbour demands I stop using my own Wi-Fi. It's my Wi-Fi. I'll use it if I want to. Because it distracts her plants. Are her plants sentient? Are they able to also use the Wi-Fi? Because that, my dear, is a first for me. I did not know plants can do that. Plants can do that. I mean, I know they're very much alive. Do you by any chance have Bill and Ben the flower pot men in your garden? Anyway, I'm going to read this now. And the rest of my brain cells are going to jump out of my ear, fuck off somewhere, but they're not going to come back because this crazy bitch decided to read a crazy story. Oh, is that funny? My eyes are watering. Alright, let's get to it. Yes, you read that correctly. I live in a townhouse complex with paper thin walls and a whole bunch of colourful personalities. One of them is my neighbour, a woman who's in her late 50s who wears tie-dye every day, insists she has a telepathic connection with crystals, and once told me my aura was too digital. It sounds very like not like someone in their 50s. I can see this woman. She's a little... I didn't realize people do this sort of stuff anymore, but I guess they do. Because I'd probably picture like 60s, 70s, early 50s, like the generation before that generation. It's like older, but I'm usually sitting out front on my phone with my computer relaxing. And that's where she's getting digital from. I suppose that's why she feels I'm too digital. Yeah, exactly. You've got your phone and your laptop. Shut up. I have to record on my phone. Shh. Also, no one can see me, so. But her latest stunt truly took the cake. Last week, she knocked on my door holding a small potted plant in one hand and a printout of what looked like a hand-drawn diagram of a Wi-Fi signal in the other. She told me we needed to talk about my router, whichever you want to call it. Router? Spelt router? I say router. Fuck it, it's both. She wanted to talk about my router. I was confused. She then explained that my Wi-Fi is disrupting the vibrational energy of her succulents. She pointed at the drawing, which honestly looked like a sad jellyfish. And she said the signal beaming directly through our shared wall and bombarded her plants non-stop. Okay. According to her, the plants were spiritually wilting because they thought the Wi-Fi was sunlight, but it wasn't. The best part? Her plants were in the dark hallway with no natural light. Now I can't keep a plant alive. At all. I've tried. Tried and better tried. I put it on the windowsill so it gets light. I water it as and when it needs to be watered. But I know not to put it in it needs sunlight. Have you seen that? It's not a meme, but it occasionally comes up on Facebook a few times. Has done for a couple of years. This mum and her daughter taking a plant for a walk because her daughter heard that plants need sunlight, so she takes the plant for a walk to get sunlight. It's the cutest fucking thing ever. It's just this little itty bitty girl. She's adorable. It's cute. So if me and this little girl know that it needs sunlight, why is your plants not in the sunlight? Sorry, that way. Sunlight's this way. Science, bitch. Okay. She claims that they had been fine until I got a new modem. And then gave me 2 options. Ooh, an ultimatum. Tell me what your answer would be to this ultimatum. I think we already know, but... Okay. Either turn off my Wi-Fi every night between 10 and 6. Apparently, that's the plant's rest hours. I know. I mean, it seems like a reasonable time, because, like, maybe you should shut off after 10 PM. Unless, obviously, you're watching TV shows that require Wi-Fi. We'll discuss this after we have the other ultimatum part. Or let her share my Wi-Fi and move the router to the unit so she could relate the signal properly. Regulate the signal properly. Someone doesn't have Wi-Fi and they want to use your Wi-Fi for free. I think that's what that is. She doesn't have Wi-Fi, so she wants to share yours for free. It's fuck all to do with the plants, honey. Neither. Yeah. I laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. A lot of people think people are joking. It wasn't. She stormed off as I was laughing at her. I'm still currently waiting to see what comes out of this. Is there an update? When was this posted? A year ago. Update? No update? I need an update, my dude. There's no update. What happened? Need update. Something. Let her share my Wi-Fi and move my router into her unit. Bingo. A crazy lady has a plan for getting free Wi-Fi. She has to regulate the signal properly. Get her a router that connects to nothing and let her turn it off and on. She might actually be a bit smart for that. I know, after reading that, I'm saying she might be a bit smart. She could actually be a little bit smart and be like, I know the fucking difference, bitch. Log into your router, change your SSID to not displayed. Your device will connect and tell her the Wi-Fi is off. Much simpler. Now that is a smart idea. Change the name of your Wi-Fi to something that displays that it is not working. Yeah. Someone replied, probably better than my idea of renaming it to Plant Blaster 3000. Either is fine, but yeah, I think changing the name to Wi-Fi and basically not actually being turned on is probably better. But I'd be careful about sitting out front with your laptop and shit if you do that, if you decide to do that. It's a really long comment thread. Why does that end on another comment? Okay, your aura is too digital. How dare you pixel it in public? It perturbs the content. What fucking, you put some weird ass words that I don't know how to read, if they are even words. Shush. How dare you pixel it in public? That is class. you got some crystals and have aligned them around the router, so that the signal is now purified. Good idea. There's some real good ideas in this comment section, but I am going to bring this to an end now that we've had this extra story put in. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your answer to the ultimatum is. Are you sharing your Wi-Fi for free? Or are you turning it off between 10 and 6? I mean, I go to bed at 10. But I do have Pokemon Sleep that requires Wi-Fi, so I suppose I need the internet all night. But what do you think? Let me know down below. Actually, let me know your feelings about all the stories down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. I do appreciate every single one of you who watches, whether you watch all the stories or just one story, or, you know, click through to see my reaction at the end or whatever. It is very much appreciated, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment below which subreddits you want me to read from. If you do have a Karen stories one that isn't just all videos, let me know what that one is and I will read from that. Subscribe for more Reddit stories, and hit the bell icon so you know when I upload, you know, and do the stuff. If you want to, you have to. And I will see you all in the next one, where hopefully we won't want to slap someone. Oh no, we'll see. See you later, guys.